good evening. Welcome to the
Howdy,
Foxtrot.
all.
Oh, Cowbob.
Cowbob.
Andy Cowbob.
Oh, he sounds
How you
better
both
now.
doing?
You've got your high
He does
pitch thing on, Mike.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh, you prick. I'm suffering slight
Evening,
technical
y'all.
issues tonight, so my microphone might randomly cut out, so apologies for that.
Oh,
Ever the
finger
professionals as
pointing
usual.
fuckwit. I've
There's enough
got.
of that.
I've been given a new nickname from Rage, which I love. It's the finger pointing fuckwit. Had a conversation on WhatsApp today, and that's stuck now. I like it. I do like it. I like that one.
Is that because you always do that in all your photos? Just
Well, I keep forgetting to chop. I need to finger. But to be fair, he's only picked me up on one photograph for pointing. Granted, it was 3 finger points in one sort of series of images.
Yeah.
So I need to start chopping more. Working on it. Right?
So what is it? Is it point, blast, chop?
Chop?
doing
Breaking
the
chop.
finger
apparently.
blasting again.
Finger blasting.
No, that's always 2. Mate.
That's always two.
Good evening, everyone.
It's good to be back.
Welcome
Hi,
back,
Terry.
Cowbob.
Hi, Harry.
How was
hi,
Canada?
Rage. Hi, Les. Hi,
That was
Danny.
Canada.
Hi, James. Sure. I see. I don't think I've seen your name before. Welcome.
Even Nick
Hi,
Pratt
Nick.
could,
Hi, Matthew McCarthy. Kenny.
Matthew
James
McConaughey's
C,
in the
Bruce
house.
Wales. Oh, he made it live. Well done. And Nick. Hi, Nick. Harry
Yeah,
says, knife hand rules. Away you go.
We need to get. Can we get a effects board, please? Soundboard.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'll add it to the list.
Um,
I'll try. I'll tell you what. I'll try and get a swish sound ready for the 100th episode. How's that?
Yeah. What was that one? Oh,
It's like a vintage car horn. With his silly.
I've gone blurry as well now. It's great. We do well tonight. Oh dear.
Me and Andy are both-
Andy, you're back from America. How are you?
I am.
How was
From
America?
Canada.
From
Canada was brilliant.
Candaria.
How was it?
Yeah, no, Texas was absolutely lovely. I did my horse ridings with my cowboy's hat. Mike, you
Naked.
muted yourself again.
I'm back. It's this mic. I don't know what's going on. It's just cutting out. It's really annoying.
Glad I
Yeah.
didn't buy that mic now. I was very close to.
Andy, continue telling us about Canada, and
Oh,
I'll work something
yeah.
out.
Well,
Tell us
I went-
about Canada.
I went to Texas and did some shooting, did some cowboy riding, did some lassoing.
So, hang on a
Walks
minute.
in
So you
the
did
footsteps of
some
dinosaurs.
cowboy riding.
Now I froze.
Oh, now his internet has completely fallen out of his arse. Oh, and this is a wonderful start. Not sure Texas is in Canada. No, it definitely is. It's a suburb of Canada, Paul. Come on, mate. Get your geography right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the moment I'm talking on my own because Mike's muted himself and Andy has no internet. He's just frozen on the screen. Now I think they might be both back.
Am I back?
Or not.
We've all gone.
You're back.
yeah, we've all
Welcome
it
back.
all went
Welcome
wrong.
back. Welcome back. Yeah, I think Mike's
I'm back.
infecting us with
Mike's
his
not.
shit tech. Mike's not back. He's still muted. Oh, now he's back in focus. He's back in focus.
Yeah.
So,
Can
Andy,
you
what did you
speak?
get up to in
This
Texas,
is not
mate?
gone
Any
well.
shooting?
I've come back and I've just. Yep,
did you
did
shoot?
some shooting, did some lassoing, learned how to lassoes.
Lasso
That was
to
interesting.
lasso eye. Was it an easy thing to grasp? Was it, or did it take a few turns?
Flick of the wrist.
It's the Lance show. Oh, yeah, it really is now. There we go.
Oh, it is Lance.
It is
He
me.
can't be gone, because otherwise
He can't be gone. He's in the background
Am I
lurking.
on?
He likes to watch, doesn't he? Evening, Hutchie.
Yeah.
Lance. Thank you, mate. Cowboy ass. Yeah, did you get any arseless chaps in Texas? Did you try any on at
Do
least?
you know how much they? I did try some on. Do you know how much they are? The cheapest pair that I found was like $900
Holy
just for a pair of
shit
chaps,
balls.
and I was like, "Yeah, no, that's all right. I'll buy some." For
Yeah, but they're
£1.
full chaps. What about arseless chaps? Surely there's got to be a few.
No,
quid
they
off of
were
that.
they were just the normal
Side
outrider
bits.
things. Yeah,
It's lovely and peaceful, isn't it? When you can't talk, when you can't hear it.
it is. But I'm
Nice.
chuffed with this. That was lovely.
This is.
Proper
Oh, that's lovely.
cowboy
Mate. I
hat.
like that. Yeah.
That is a proper cowboy hat.
Oh, did you wear it back, or did you have to transporting a huge
I had to
crate.
wear it back. So it's me
Amazing.
sitting on a plane like that.
Yeah.
It's all fitted.
Nobody behind you can see anything.
No.
Look at that ignorant twat. Won't even take his hat off. Fucking Americans.
You should have seen the look when I came off at the airplane at Heathrow. I was like swagging in like that with my jeans on and my hoodie and that.
10 guns.
Yeah. And everyone's looking at me and I'm like, what's up?
What is up? I'm a cowboy.
What
I'm
is
still
up?
horse I ride. Absolutely, mate. Bon Jovi all over your face.
Yeah.
Oh dear, let's catch up with some. Let's get some comments. Evening, chaps. Evening,
no, I did.
chaps.
I-
Evening, Mr.
I did
Taylor.
do proper.
What did you shoot? Actually, what guns did you shoot?
Revolvers, lever actions. I can't remember the name of them, but it was like proper Western
Winchesters and stuff like that.
stuff. Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, what's the
like cans?
What's the one from Back to the Future? Is it the Colt Peacemaker? The 6-shooter.
Yeah, did that.
Yeah. Oh, did you do that? Yeah.
Yeah. Taught me how to hammer fire. That was awesome.
Oh, mate.
But I definitely want the Airsoft version of a Winchester because just that bop.
What, the lever action?
Yeah,
They do.
it's
Crawley
just so
Surplus.
satisfying.
Who makes them now? I can't remember. But Crawley Surplus stock an lever action.
Yeah,
Airsoft. It's a DMR, obviously, 'cause it's single shot.
Yeah.
And you can.
but it's so.
Oh, who was it who makes them
It
now? I
was
can't
nice.
remember. People, guys in the chat will know. It does look cool.
Yeah, but it's so satisfying. Like sitting there and just doing that.
Oh, mate, yeah. And the sound is, mate, it's like cocking an M14. Just like. Oh.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Terry says, Andy, did you have to lasso the cowboy in
yes,
order to ride
Terry.
him?
Yes.
Absolutely.
He bucked like a mule, I'll tell you.
Then I broke his spirit.
Met someone as well that. Yeah. Met someone as well that still used chewing tobacco. That was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
He literally just had it in his. And he was like. I'm
Did
like
he
that. A minute
into a metal pin?
Yeah. No, it was just anywhere. Just he had no aim. He was just spitting everywhere. It was like
Fair play, mate. Any visits to any airsofty shop type places?
No, I went to the 511 store. And sat in on one of their courses on how to prepare your bedroll. That was quite interesting.
Nice.
511 stores over there, they do 2 courses a day. So they do a morning course and an afternoon course, and they're free, and you just sit in there. And they have things like how to pack a go bag, how to pack your Bergen, how to set up your hammock, bedroll, and things like that. And it's really quite interesting. And then they give you a free little gift at the end of it.
What was it?
the 511
like a
stores
little
over
goodie
there
bag.
were well worth popping into. No, so the morning one, they were giving away a tiny little switchblade, the 511 switchblade, which was quite cool. And the afternoon one, I didn't stick around to see what they were giving away, but it looked like a weird little packy cooking set.
Oh, okay.
Because I only was passing through, so I kind of sat there for a few minutes, just like listening to what the bloke was saying. But yeah, if anyone ever pops over to America, try and get over to a 511 store and just sitting on one of the courses, because they're all totally free. Yeah.
Oh, and you can just stroll in and just see what they just jump in on
Yeah,
one.
literally, you just stroll in. Yeah, like they start at certain times, and you can sit there all the way till the end, or you can just disappear and walk off halfway through, carry on shopping.
That's weird. Is it quite a big store then? Is it like a big old place, or is it just dedicated just 511 stuff?
So the one that it was just all 511 stuff. The one I went to was probably about the same size as a Tesco's local.
Oh, okay, I'm with you.
So
Did you get any trousers?
No, I didn't get any trousers.
No trousers.
Because
Evening James, evening Rich.
I didn't want to buy too much stuff because I'm losing weight. But then while I was over there, I was putting on weight. I put on a lot of weight.
Yeah, but it was good weight 'cause it's holiday
With
weight.
it, yeah. Barbecue
Steak
weight.
weight.
That was.
Barbecue
Yeah,
weight.
steak
This weight, it's the
barbecue
sort of
weight.
weight that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
I had to fly a long fucking way to get this, all right?
Yeah. I've worked on this.
I
I'm
have
enjoying it.
saved for years for this, all right?
Also, if anyone wants to make money while they're in the States, take a load of British DPA camo and
Yeah, you're not wrong.
pop into one of the army surplus stores. They will pay you mega money.
Yeah, British DPM
There
stuff.
was a British woodland pair of trousers, and they were on sale for $113.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean,
And
what's
I
that
was
going to
like-
be? What's that going to be? 75 quid-ish?
Yeah, yeah.
75, 80 quid?
Oh,
Or
no,
maybe not
at the
as much
moment.
now.
No, it's exactly the same as what it is at the moment. You're losing about half a penny at the moment. So those trousers were 113 quid.
Yeah, exactly.
And you kind of think, oh,
Before I shrank them. Yes, Nick, absolutely, mate. I had a lot of clothes like that. Just suddenly shrunk overnight and I could no longer wear. Bugger.
I think we were all like that.
Exactly, yeah. No, good, mate. Good. So, what
Yeah.
goodies did you bring back with you then? What goodies did you bring back?
Cowboy hat. I got some stuff from Demolition Ranch off of his episode. I got more actually. So signed 50
Oh,
cal
man,
round,
awesome.
and the Are the Bullets Bulletproof episode
Oh, mate.
bit, which was cool. Yeah, so that was awesome.
Fair play, man.
Patches, sweets. I didn't really bring anything back for myself, really. I just kind of enjoyed the barbecue and the experience more than anything else.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
I probably brought Zika back with me with the amount of bites that I ended up getting. Also,
Bit of
anyone that
Zika,
says...
bit of Black Death.
Yeah, anyone that bloody says, oh, this mosquito spray is the best, I challenge you to go over to Texas and see if it is. Because I used...
Oh, right, okay.
I used everything. I used British, US, home store, camping equipment stuff.
You need to use the Scotland one, the Highland one, the Midgie spray. It's specifically made for combating the Scottish Midgie or gnats, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. These Texas ones would probably suck the shit out of the bloody Scottish ones. They were horrendous. They were like fists flying at you.
Didn't actually bite you, just punching you as they flew past.
Literally, like it was unbelievable. There you go.
Answers Tony the Gloria Honeyford. Oh yeah, but like a bit of Gloria. Go on, myself.
That was that's my leg.
Mate. Naughty.
That was proper bastards. But other than that, yeah, it was good.
Nice at all. Well, I was going to move on now to Pew's news because Mike's in the process of restarting his computer because I think it's taken a massive dump on him. So, yeah, he's going to be doing that. So, yeah, any Pew's news, Andy? Anything did you pick up on the grapevine whilst out in the United States of Canada?
No, not really. Kind of had a bit of a break from everything that we normally end up doing. So,
Yep.
didn't really keep much of an eye on anything. You?
No. Well, I've been a few things are finally coming through for the truck now. Obviously not airsoft related at all, so I won't bore everyone with that. But I did see something, and I can't remember the name of the site now. Somebody might be able to help me out on here. I saw a post, and it was about DMR rifles and how they're only now allowed to use mid-cap magazines. And I believe that's on skirmish days and. Or just going forward, any DMR user is only allowed to use a mid-cap mag from now on. I just thought that was a bit of an interesting as to sort of like why is that then?
I don't. Because Rift have never said anything like that.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a Rift site. I'm not sure, but yeah, so I definitely saw a post on it. It was a Facebook or Instagram, and it was essentially DMRs can now only use mid-cap magazines. No high caps to be using DMRs.
Oh, wow.
I was just sort of like, well, why is that then? At what site is this DMR? I don't know, James. I can't remember where I saw the post, but I wish I'd screenshotted it now, but I can't remember. But But yeah, I just thought it was a bit of an odd one, really, because the DMR, you're supposed to. It's semi-auto. I keep wanting to say semi-contact. It's semi-auto, and you usually fire once the first round's hit its target.
Yeah.
So you fire once and you fire again. So whether you've got a high cap or a mid cap doesn't really come into it, really. It'd be like a sniper having a, if a sniper can carry 50 rounds for his rifle, it'd be like him having a 50-round magazine. It wouldn't really make any difference because he has to fire, cock it. If he doesn't have to change a magazine, which can take a couple of seconds extra, then do you know what I mean? It's when you've got an M4 that's got a 2,500 round box mag on it. That's when the issues get created. I mean, someone running a DMR of a high cap, I can't see that unless they're spanking the trigger, which is a bit divvy.
Yeah, that was the.
You know what I mean? You shouldn't be doing that.
But we've had lads play with a DMR and they've just put a box mag in because they can't be bothered, and they literally just go out. And that's it.
Yeah.
Box mag on the DMR. They've been absolutely.
I get that for skirmish days. Obviously, you wouldn't be doing it for.
You wouldn't do
it
for a MilSim,
but a skirmish day. But I mean, even on a skirmish day, I can't see what the problem is of them running a high cap, or like you said, or even a box mag on a DMR. I know it's ridiculous.
But
they're single shot. They can only really fire it as much as unless they're spanking. Like I said, unless they're spanking the trigger. But then how do you police it? How do you control that? I can't see how making someone use a mid cap magazine is going to make them spank the trigger less because they'll just carry more mid caps. Or do you know what I mean? It'll be countered. It's one of them.
Yeah.
The only place you're going to get more of a handle on that is at a MilSim event.
No, I know a lot of guys that only prefer the little.
Little P mags. That's what I use.
The little P mags.
Yeah.
They look.
The pure reason for it was because where my DMR is, when I've got it on a bipod, if I've got a normal size mag in there, sometimes it can sit too low, and I find myself almost, unless I extend the legs out on the bipod, it'll be balancing on the mag almost. So I prefer the shorter mags because a proper DMR would be a 7.62, whereas I haven't got a 7.62 platform for mine. It's a 5.56 platform, so the mag's a lot longer. It's 7.62 would be a nice chunky one, but shorter. So I've tried to sort of mimic it sort of visually by using these shorter, like the old Vietnam M16 style P mag.
Yeah, I do like them. They do look swish.
They do look cool, and they're a bit more streamlined as well. I think they're really sort of compact, if you like. But I just thought it was a bit of a strange one as to something. Oh, right, so you can use DMRs can't use high caps. I'm like, that's a very odd thing to do. Very strange. Yes, it'd be like them saying, I don't see what it's going to achieve personally.
No.
From that,
because it's not gonna stop you spamming. It can't.
Good eye, Phil.
It's going to make you reload. Just makes you load quicker.
I shouldn't hypothesizing. Mike, you mind your neck here, Mike. You're not even on the show. You can't pipe it in with your comments. Hi, Mike says. Mike, ladies and gentlemen, new to the show. Welcome along, Mike.
Yeah, welcome, Mike.
Hypothesizing, but could be to create a break in fire if they are mashing the trigger. Yeah, I get that, mate. But like I said, it won't stop them carrying more mags. And it won't stop them mashing the trigger because they'll just, like I said, they'll be carrying more mags. No. Unless this site's going to really police it now and crack down on it. But hi, first time listener here. First and last.
Yeah.
After us two have made a complete hash of it.
Oh yeah.
But there we go. Yeah.
We could lose millions of people here.
We're going to wait for Mike to come back on because obviously he wants to discuss the iPro.
Oh yeah,
segment for tonight, which is quite a serious thing.
Yes,
we did have another one come up with on our. I think someone posted it on our community chat. Was the burn to the hand to the finger?
Yes, pyros. Again with we can chat about that.
We can chat about that. Yes. Again, I don't think there was any dick moves being done. It's just completely show you. No. I think it was just reiterating the fact that pyro is very, very dangerous and it can sometimes have a mind of its own. And you must be very careful. And please wear gloves when you're handling it and store it in the correct pouch. Don't put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Make sure it's in a dedicated pouch, which has got some layers between your body and it. I.e., it's on your plate carrier or it's on your webbing set. So if it does burn anything, it's the pouch and not you. Yes, because it's dodgy stuff. They say it's a 3 or 4 second fuse, but it's sometimes. I mean,
the British training grenades that use the long strikers. Inside a grenade. He was using one of those, and he had it in his pouch on his Spiritus, and running along, and it's rubbed and it's gone off in his chest rig.
Oh shit!
And it's blown the chest rig to pieces. He had a massive bruise. It looked like he'd been hit by a car. But it just goes to
not
show
good.
anything.
It's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk, is it? I mean, things like accidents do
Harry
happen, but
burnt
you need to.
himself.
He did, yeah.
I've burnt my hands on those little Mark V paper things where you've gone like that and you haven't pulled it far enough, and it's.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I've
hand.
done it cooking a smoke before, but I've not had a glove on like that, and I think, shit, must wear gloves. You've got to wear gloves.
Yeah.
With your especially when you're handling the pyro, and even when you're out and about, really. I mean, sometimes I'm terrible for it. Sometimes I forget to put them on. I don't put them on, and it's not until you go head first through a load of brambles or a load of low-lying brush, and you literally just cut your hands to ribbons, and it's just like, oh, bring on the infection,
I wear
baby.
gloves. I wear gloves all the time now.
You got to, yeah.
Because otherwise
Absolutely.
it's just.
Are you scratching something? I can hear something scratching.
Yeah, I got a bite on my knee.
Stop it or
I'll
mute
try and
it.
stop it.
It sounds like you're remixing.
That's because I've moved my mic.
It sounds very nice. I can hear all scratches now.
All scratches. That's just my balls moving around.
Someone at Red Tide burnt their finger on a mortar round, small but a pretty bad one. Oh, mate, yeah. I can imagine. I burnt my hand. Well, obviously not scalded it or anything, but picking the tube up. I mean, we must have put about 9-10 rounds down it, and it was like, fucking bastard, that's hot. So you got to be careful. That's proper hot, that is.
Yeah, and thermal gloves do not mean that they stop them from melting.
Because they say they're thermal rated and keep your hands warm, doesn't mean they're fire retardant and they can like be placed into the depths of a massive fire. Because you will burn your hands terribly. What's he chirping in again? Question for the show.
Yeah. You didn't put a Q. Should we not read it?
I don't think we should read it, no.
Where and how do you holster your pistol, and what do you think about locating them in different places? Chest, dangler, pouch, etc.
Well, since getting my Kydex holster, it just goes on my shooter's belt now. And that's where it stays. If I do run it, if I'm not running my shooter's belt, then my pistol will go in like one of my pockets of my schmock or something like that. But that's the only place it lives now. I've tried it. I've been terrible with my pistol. I've had it chest mounted. I've had it mounted on the side of my cummerbund, on my webbing set, on my belt kit, on my plate carrier. Sorry, I've been out on my shooter's belt, which is now it's there, and it's just going to stay there, and I'm just going to get used to it because it's one of them.
I first started off with an Osprey, and you got the two molly straps on there.
Yeah,
my pistol was there, facing downwards. Kept losing it.
Oh, mate!
I was like, that's a really good place to put that.
I'm going to keep that.
No, it wasn't.
Keep that here.
Yeah, and then it moved on to chest, and then I had a drop leg system.
I tried drop leg once, and it was terrible.
Every time I knelt down, I ended up putting I had it too low. So every time I knelt down or anything, it kept getting in the mud. So then brought it up, and the elastic band cut my testicles into pieces. Ooh. So now I'm the same as you. It sits on
the shooter's belt.
Sits on the shooter's belt. Job done. If I'm using webbing, it still goes on the hip, and that's it. That's where it stays.
Got to be done. White phrase: the only place for a pistol holster is on your belt, unless you have special needs. Absolutely. There we go.
James Wilkins has got a question. Where is it? I've lost it.
I've got it.
Are you chaps heading to RIFSIM? I am. I'm going to be playing there. I'm going to be one of the player marshals. I'm not sure which.
What date is that on?
Yet.
Is that the 9th weekend?
No, that is the 28th, I think it is. It's the end of the month.
End of October.
End of October, so 29th and 30th. I will put a link up on the page as well, so if anyone wants it.
Yes.
Should be a good one. We've got...
Is it an era-based event, or is it like modern sort of stuff?
Three factions. So you've got PMC, you've got Task Force, and then you've got like a gang cartel baddies,
Rebel Force sort of type thing.
Rebel Force sort of type of thing, but it's not overly strict, so you're going to have to really designate your targets on the camo, which I'm kind of enjoying.
Well, that was the same as our private event, wasn't it? It was like,
yeah,
you're your side. You know, if you don't
Yeah.
know who you are, then that's your problem.
yeah. So yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
your plate carriers can be anything.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 40 people per team, like per
Nice.
section, which is nice. Really no numbers for a big site. I think
Why
PMC
has my
is.
camera gone off?
Oh no!
Literally, is someone lit out a bag of gremlins tonight?
Yeah.
I've literally just sat here and it done this last week. I
It's
might
done
ditch
this.
out in a minute, mate, and I'll come back on.
Oh, it would just be me on my own.
It'd just
Christ,
be you
come
on your
back.
own. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to do my best. I promise.
That's all right. So
Could this be it?
the PMC is bold colours. Every faction can have their own coloured PMC plate carriers. So, and then Task Force will be multi-glam. It's just me now. Well, welcome to the Andy Show. I've taken over. I've come back. And then the cartel are going to be plain colours only. So bold colours only, I think it is. But if anyone's interested, I'll throw up a little thing for everyone. There's going to be medic rules. There's going to be scouts and things like that. So yeah, yes, Paul, I've made it. I'm all on my own. Yep, Terry. I think they're getting me back now. I think they've done it on purpose. How does Andy add me back in? Right, so bear with me 2 seconds. So yeah, seeing though Mike's left, who actually has the admin control for everything, I can't do anything. So basically, I've just got to sit here and chat to you until Mike comes back. So yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, the Rift Sim should be good. I'll throw a link up on the community page, or you can drop me or the lads from Rift a message to get some more information. Is there any other questions about that you've got that you want to ask? I can't even scroll up on the comments. Phil, might sound like a stupid question. We don't get much pyro in Aussie. They have lipo bags for safety charging battery. Does anyone make a pyro pouch? Wouldn't stop the explosive injury, but obviously would help with the burns from the smoke. Not that I'm aware of. Like you said, though, you could always use a battery pouch. Like one of the lipo pouches, you could put one of the bigger ones inside a pouch to have a safety one, which is a good one. But as far as I'm aware, they don't have a safety pouch as such. If you keep them in some of the real steel pouches, they're quite thick as they are anyway. So I think that's where sometimes having a real steel pouch would help you, because they're a bit more thicker than what's... I'm not dissing Viper, but the quality is going to be different. So yeah, might be a hostile takeover of NoFo complete. Yeah. Well, that's kind of it. I'm running out of ideas to things to say. These guys need to hurry back up, because I've got no admin control either. Oh no, I can't even scroll. I'm sorry, Danny. Mate, honestly, it's unbearable. How itchy my leg is.
I don't know how that happened.
He's back.
I don't know how I got back in. I was just waiting there. I was like, oh, I don't know how to get back in.
Yeah.
Unless Mike done it. Mike might be back in a second.
People keep telling me off for scratching my leg. I've got to stop.
Stop scratching your leg. It was even annoying me, and I was just in the back.
Yeah.
I was in backstage going, stop scratching your
Tell us.
I don't know.
Oh look, we've got some good questions coming in now.
Pee on it, Mike. Yeah, absolutely.
Paul,
Pee on it.
tell us what first got you into airsoft. Well, for me personally, it was I used to do reenactments, and I got bored of the politics behind it all. And I decided that I wanted to do something different, but I still wanted to have the military fun. Went and did a couple of games of paintball. Didn't like the attitude there either. And then someone said, try airsoft. And I literally went up to a site and tried it, and I've been hooked ever since. It's 8 years now, I think. 8 years of doing airsoft.
I'm trying to think. Oh, well, for me,
that's kind of it, really.
I was at my cousin's, my family business. He had a load of black and blue two-tone MP5s, Umarex MP5A3s for sale, and I was like, oh, they look quite cool. What's all that about then? He's like, oh, these are airsoft guns, and I was like, oh, wicked. And I thought I'd heard of airsoft before, and it was one of the guys at work used to do it, and everyone used to take the piss, and I was like, well, I'm going to do that then. I'm going to take the piss. I don't know what it is either. Sounds ridiculous. Anyhow, I got this. Me and a few of my mates got these black and blue MP5s. I was like, shoot, I thought, this is quite good fun. So then Dan, who's in our team, he'd been to airsoft a couple of times before. He went, well, let's go to a site then. We looked it up and we found Apocalypse down in Sittingbourne, Kent. So we moseyed on down there one day and did a skirmish day. And I was like, this is great fun. I love this. And then started talking to Big John down there, and he started telling us about MilSims and weekend events and camping out and sort of fighting through the night for most of it anyhow. And I was like, that sounds pucker. I love the sound of that. And then it just went on from there really then. And I've just been doing weekend events ever sort of since. Done the odd skirmish day for people's birthdays in the team and that, but most of my one have been just all been MilSimming for the last sort of 5-6 years, I suppose I've been into it. I was quite a late bloomer. Oh, there he is. I was quite late into the airsoft cherry popping.
Welcome, Image.
Zone. Welcome, Image.
Welcome, Image.
What have you done with Mike and all his high tech shit? You look like you've been sweating and stressing.
I'm not particularly enjoying today. I'm back on the laptop. Basically, the stream is now being run off of this.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, right.
Well, at least your camera's better than mine, because if I even look at my camera wrong, it turns off. So I wouldn't even dream of handling it.
My mic's picking up my scratchy leg. That's about it.
Yeah, that's been nice.
A fat shit. I haven't taken a fat shit. Don't be rude.
Oh, I reckon that's what it was. I reckon this is all a big ploy to just go and snap one off quickly.
I really do apologise for that. That was not very professional.
Well, these things are sent to test us. And then when I dropped out as well, because I don't even know how to get back in.
Oh, well, as soon as that happened, I was like, proper panic mode. I need to get Lance back on the stream.
You were panicking. I was just like, oh my God. what do I do?
Just start singing a song or something.
Because I can't even close it down, can I? Until you get... I literally couldn't do anything. I was like,
we need to.
I'm just going to sing for 4 hours.
This is quite a good learning curve, though. We need to fix that, where we need to be able to add people back in.
I've had a list of choice words with my wife already, because it's my wife's computer that I use. And I think there's some playing around with settings that's happened that I haven't been made aware of. So,
settings, Jackie,
quickly,
settings.
Going back to the pistol, the reason I asked the question was there was that photo uploaded onto Facebook earlier today.
Is that off this bottom of his dangler?
Which has the pistol mounted off the bottom of the dangler, and apparently they find it quite a comfortable place to draw it. Now, to me, that would just smack you in the bollocks every time you run around, which has probably hurt quite a lot.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Going prone, trying to retrieve that when you're prone as well.
Yeah, and if you're in a rush and you grab the wrong handle.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And you've not zipped it away. Oh! Not that I'm saying it's the same size as a pistol grip, because it's not. It's
Kenny says, "Woo-sa."
Much small.
So there's a couple of people I just wanted to comment about this week, if that's all right. If I can just chip in, because I appreciate you guys have been handling the show very professionally.
Can you run your mic? Is your mic? Can you not run your good mic?
Is it running the bad mic? Oh, for fuck's sake!
Pound and swear jar.
Sorry. Is that better?
Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Talk
Right.
into it more slowly and deeply.
Right, just quickly before I dive off the screen, probably again. James C has been very kind and posted to me a load of old school British Army training videos, which we'll have uploaded onto our socials, because they're quite interesting. I might see if I can link them on YouTube as well, some ways that people can find them, because they're pretty cool. So thank you, James C.
Oh,
for
are
that.
these ones about the patrolling and bits and bobs like that? Oh, wow, there's a doggy. Woof. Sausages.
So I'll post those up. Pegasus very kindly also sent a link to how you can apply a red color filter on the iPhone. So if you, my camera is.
No, it's not. You're good. You're good.
Okay, cool.
Just calm yourself, love. All right. Have a
fine.
Snickers. Stop being a diva.
I'm going to turn that screen off. There's basically a red color filter you can apply to iPhones. So I haven't yet found it fully working on the Android, but I'll post a link to that as well, because that was quite interesting. So when you're running around at night and you want to sort of reduce the glare off your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to give a quick shout out to Call Sign Chewbacca, aka Liam, who's been messaging me this week. He said, just started listening and loving your podcast.
Brilliant. Welcome.
And there was a question from Rich Serrant that I wanted to bring up.
No credit for my Chewbacca impression. Tossing.
It's pretty good.
It was good.
So Rich said, hi lad, I'm a recent follower of your podcast and I love them. Please keep doing what you're doing because they're spot on. Okay, so question. Please could you discuss or give some advice to someone who wants to get into MilSim but isn't part of an Airsoft team? I have weird mates who for some reason aren't into guns or kit, so I have no Airsoft friends and I'm worried about turning up to an event on my own and being attached to a team, etc. Any thoughts on how you would go about getting onto an Airsoft team? I play quite regularly at Splatoon, but it's skirmish days where not often I can hook up with someone and then run through proper movements and tactics, CQB clearing containers, etc. So it's hard. Sorry for waffling, but hopefully you get the idea of my question. Cheers, Rich.
Yeah.
Oh, Rich. Yeah, fair play, mate.
Yeah.
Just go just go lone wolf, mate. Grey man. Just rock up with your kit, and if we're there, then you should jump in with us, mate. Happily have you along.
First ever MilSim I did, I turned up on my own. The squad that I got put in with literally turned around and said, first time, and I was like, yep. And they were like, right, no worries. That's wrong. Change it to this way, and off you go. And do you know what? Best weekend I've ever had.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
They said, we're not telling you that. Well, they didn't say it was wrong. They said you're going to find that uncomfortable. That's going to hurt you in about 15 minutes, and you want to change your sleeping direction. And I was like, spot on. Done it all. Absolutely cracking weekend. My advice is go for it. You got to jump in with both feet, and not.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be shocked if there's no one at your
wankers.
site. Yeah, I'll be shocked if there's no one at his local site that doesn't do it. I'll be surprised if it's got to be like 2 or 3 people getting conversations. I'm sure that site's got a local, has got a Facebook group. Yeah. Perhaps jump on there, put the feelers out, see if anybody's in the same sort of boat as you, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, could be the birth of a new team, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't be afraid of going, mate. Just get yourself booked onto an event. I mean, you know, the only ones I can't say, I can't comment on really is the Sterling events because I've not been to one. But the Legion events, a lot of the players there are all very welcoming, all very accommodating. The staff, you know, Big Mike, happily help you out. You know, they go above and beyond to make sure you have a great weekend. The Octo events, you know, you've got the Defiant events, the SEO events, you know. Not been to one, but I know you have, so I'll happily go with what you say. You know,
RifSim and Octo, I would say, would probably be a good start-off point because it's not too intense and it gives you an idea of the storyline of a MilSim. So you get to immerse yourself in more of the storyline, and then if you wanted to go to the next level of literally sleeping out the back of your Bergen or having to do stag and things like that, then you can move on to some of the other ones where after you've met a few people as well.
Absolutely,
Advice.
I don't think there'd be nothing wrong at all with you go, because as soon as you book onto an event, 9 times out of 10 you'll be put into a section, or you'll be put into you choose your faction or whatever it is, and then you'll be put into your side. And then from there on, you'll either get a messenger group going, a WhatsApp group going with the guys in like the 8 guys in your team. And by the time it comes to you actually being at the event, you've been chatting for 3 or 4 weeks on WhatsApp or whatnot. So you know, that's all good, mate. It's all good. Yeah, don't be afraid of not booking onto an event, mate. Yeah, get yourself out there, get to one, 100%. Let us know which one you're booking onto as well, because we may well be going with any luck.
You can always Yeah, we need to get some more in.
100%.
We've
Yeah,
done a lot. We've done a lot of talking. We've done a lot of talking, but not a lot of.
we need to get out there.
Being
We've
out
got
of the
one
field.
next month. We've got one next month to look forward to. The next
one's
SEO
that?
instalment, and you've got the
Oh,
you've got two next month, haven't you? You've got the SEO one, and you've got MilSim.
Yes, so I've got two.
Yes, I've got that one.
You can always come along to the Rift Sim if you want to give it a go.
I'll test the waters with the old with the boss downstairs and see where we're at with that. Could be an option.
Yeah.
Is it
We'll
what's
have
in the Rift Sim
tanks.
then? Does it stop like late afternoon till the next morning, or what's the crack? Does it
I
go all the way
think it's going
through?
all the way. I think it's going all the way through, but it's sort of relaxed. So if you don't want to do it, if you don't want to sleep out in the middle of the field, you can go back and you can chill out.
Either
But
all in,
you can stay
or all
out,
out.
or you can stay out there, stick your nods on in your thermal. Camp
There
up
is
in
no
one of the-
bathroom. There is
camp
no
up in one of the
bathroom.
fields. But yeah, it's an old Air Force base as well. So we've got the tanks. We've got the tanks and the vehicles running. We're going to have probably 2 snatches running around.
Oh, he's panicking.
What's Mike done?
Oh, I'm just not having a good day. I'm so ill. This is not going well.
Oh, mate, come on. Oh, virtual cuddles.
I need a NoFo cuddle.
Need a cob, mate. Need a cob.
Yeah.
So I hope that answered your question. What was the gentleman's name? Was it?
That was Rich.
Oh, Rich in the chat there.
Yeah.
Oh, Rich, there you go, mate. Yeah, I hope that helped, bud. Yeah, don't be afraid of getting onto an event, buddy. Oh, absolutely, 100% get on one.
Couple
And
comments,
the only thing we will say is just make sure your kit's all squared away and you're confident with your cook set and your sleep system and how you set it all up, your basher and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out in the field and get it dirty and try it out beforehand. 100% do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Although to be fair, again, if you go to one of the sort of more 8-hour events like Octo, for example, then you obviously get a chance. You can practice that, but in a low stress environment.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why I think them events are very good for the new people new to it, not so newbies to Airsoft, but new to MilSim or weekend events, because you get to do the whole action bit during the day, and then when the bell goes at 4 or 5 p.m, you can get back to the safe zone or the camping area, and then you set yourself up, and then you can sort of tweak bits. You haven't got to worry about getting shot in the face or getting blown up whilst you're trying to cook some food or anything. So, which is always good. But yeah, even prior to an event like that, though, I'd always, if it's a new cook set, I'd always try it out. Cook up, boil up some water, make sure it's all good. I do that with pans
Turned
and
up
stuff.
to a MilSim on my own. I don't know if I've just cut out.
No, you're there.
No, you're still there.
No, I think Lance has cut out.
No, everyone's there.
Okay. Ray says, I just turned up to a MilSim on my own. Meet you bunch of F-wits. Mike and Paul. And boom, now go to MilSims with people I met at my first one. So there you go.
There you go. Beautiful.
That's it as well, isn't it? It's how you make friends.
Paulus Wales. I went to Octo 8 on my own, eventually limited on to some other losers. Go along now and you'll meet and build friendships.
I think I first met Paulus at the first Arabs weekend I went to. As in Airsoft Rants and Bants, not just like a generic Arabs weekend. Because that'd be weird because I'm not Arab. I'm sure that's where I first met Paulus. And I think we met him again at an event that me and you were at, Mike.
Yes, that was the Octo one.
And that was the Octo one, yes.
Yeah.
I'm yet to meet Phil in the flesh yet, because he's out in Oz.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Phil's heading out for his first 12-hour event in a couple of weeks. Bloody excited, to say the least. Bloody excited. We'll keep you guys posted on how.
What part of London is he from again?
Yeah, he's from Cockney, East London.
Blimey, Mary Poppins. I'm out on my first event.
Blimey.
Bloody Nora.
Nick asks, question.
There's I in Australia.
Nick asks, do you prefer
From
left
Canada.
draw pistol for when you use your rifle? And follow up, why don't players use pistol lanyards? So I don't use left draw, I use right draw. My pistol's always on my right hip.
Yep.
For the fact of I never really have to transition that quickly. And I don't use a pistol lanyard because I'm afraid of it getting snagged on things.
He'd rather lose his 130 quid pistol.
Yeah, mate, just buy a new one. Come on.
I'm right-handed. I'm right draw because I find that I hold the rifle with my left, pull it down to my side, and then I'm ready to bring it up. And I don't use a pistol lanyard because how am I meant to throw my gun at someone when they annoy me? Missed them 30 times, throw the pistol, hit them. So it counts as a kill.
Only if it's made of rubber that bends at 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Around the corner.
Yeah.
Corner
How
shot.
about you, Lance?
What's that, mate?
The answer to the question. How about you?
Oh, the question was, sorry, I was typing a private message to you boys because my meeting's been brought forward. Unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm right draw. I do have a lanyard, but I've not got it on yet because I've got the Kydex Customs holster, and you will never ever lose it out of that. As long as you tighten it up and you put some Loctite on them nuts, mate, that's never coming out of there. No. Unless you pull it out when you mean to. Yeah, it's cool. Very confident with that. So I've not got a lanyard on mine. Or perhaps I should. I don't know. Just asking for trouble, isn't it? It's never come out. It's one of them, innit?
No.
But evening, Terry. Terry from SEO, the man. Looking forward to next month, mate. What have you got planned for us? Cool.
Yes, same. Should be good.
Got some juicy intel, mate. Got some juicy intel on exclusive.
I mean,
yes. I still need to pay him.
That would be helpful.
I'll do that. Help. Remind me Friday. And
he's going to pay you in dollars.
Canadian dollars.
Canadian dollars covered in barbecue sauce.
Yeah, they're exactly the same price at the moment as well, so you're not actually losing out on anything.
Yay for the economy crash.
Technically a win.
Yeah.
Yay, go Truss.
Yeah. Dozy cow.
James C says, I've got a lanyard after having to run back and grab it on a MilSim whilst having to run back into the stack.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's one of them, innit? Sorry, everyone. Sorry. Yep. Sorry.
I've never really got on with lanyards. I don't like things being... The only time I actually use my sling is when I'm moving from... Like when I'm just walking. If I'm running somewhere or if I'm in combat, nothing is attached to me. I just run around naked.
Naked.
No, I can't stand things restricting my
tassels
movement. Yeah,
things. Yeah, it's got to be tight. It's got to be squared away. All your kit's got to be.
Yeah.
I hate loose straps. I hate things.
Yeah, loose straps are the worst. Things that dangle. Yeah, pack those tassels away. I think with the holster point is that if your holster is secure enough that your pistol's not going to fall out because you've spent the money on the holster, you'll probably find that the lanyard's superfluous. If you've probably got a looser holster, then the lanyard might be more practical. I mean, this goes back to, I know I apologize, I've been ducking in and out, but the comment about the cheap iPro, there are a lot
I wouldn't call it
ducking
in and out. I'd call it leaving for 25 minutes and then coming back.
Okay, I left for 25 minutes. Well, I was listening. I was listening. But the thing about
ducking in and then coming back. Oh, no. Now my camera's punished me for heckling mine.
There you go. It's interesting what airsofters and that spend money on because obviously,
not laptops or cameras.
No, not laptops or cameras. It's gone completely now. iPro and boots are obviously a big thing that help sort of protect your body physically. Things that then obviously protect your kit, your rifles, anything like that. So a good sling.
Sorry for heckling.
A good gun case or something like that. If you want to protect stuff, things like your thermals, your night vision, you want to protect those. You probably want to get a pelly case and stuff. So don't cheap out on where it actually matters. Like, I mean, ultimately, with the riff that you're running around with, probably you could run around with a £200 riff and it'll be fine. You can't run around. You can't pay £200 for one eye. Do you know what I mean? No. Like, it's spend the money. It's hard because if you haven't got the money, you can't spend it. And we're all in a bit of a tight situation at the moment. Money's harder and harder to find for hobbies and the like because you're spending on things like staying alive. Yeah. But if you can afford to keep yourself sorted and tidy and protect the things that you spent a lot of money on. I mean, like teeth, for example, the number of people that don't run Mouth Pro. Now, that's all good and well until you get shot in the mouth, lose a tooth. Because I mean, I don't run Mouth Pro either. So the only time I will run Face Pro is if I'm going to like a proper CQB situation. So, for example, with AI 500, we're running around very tight corners in buildings. There was lots of like doorways and bits and pieces. I've been in those situations before. I've had grenades go off my arms. I've had a cut through my ear where a BB's gone through it. These things do happen, and it's worth protecting your assets in terms of your face and your teeth and your eyes and bits and pieces. I don't want to call my face an asset. That's really pretentious. But
you're nuts.
It's things that you can't easily replace.
Look at my face.
You could potentially be forking out like £500-600 on a dental bill.
But But do you want to mention that iPro one with that horrendous story?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know the ins and outs, but from my understanding of the situation,
it was a rebound, wasn't it, or something?
The guy was playing around with his one of his new riffs or something like that. He had some cheap iPro on. There was a ricochet, and it's basically taken out his eye. Now I don't know if the eye is completely gone. I got the impression that it had. Yeah. There was a pretty gory image. I mean, it's floating around on a lot of the Facebook sort of social media groups and the like. But just don't cheap out an iPro. You know, it's not worth doing.
Has it got? Did it actually shatter the iPro though, or has it gone behind it?
That's the thing. I don't know the ins and outs of the details, but the iPro failed ultimately. He apparently had iPro on, and it didn't clearly work. But the result was from Wish or something, I think. So, I say there wasn't a lot of details around the image, so there's a lot of speculation going on. And you know what Facebook's like? It's like everyone's like, oh, you know, and then the conversation's deviating to I don't use mesh, I do use mesh, don't use this, blah 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 blah. So.
Yeah, because I saw one comment and it was you can wear mesh, but you've got to have glasses behind it still. Like if you use the full face mesh, almost like a fencing mask thing. And I get for the paint flex and for the poor quality BBs. But who wears mesh goggles and doesn't wear a pair of ballistic rated goggles behind them? Yeah. Show me one person who does that, who wears two pairs of goggles. Because that's just fucking stupid. Why would you do that?
Well, it's counterintuitive, isn't it? There's no point in doing it.
No.
I mean, ultimately,
but then it still doesn't solve the problem.
Major issue with iPro. Let's be honest.
See, this is what I said. Remember we spoke. Was this an iPro episode we done, or was it another Q&A where I said about why can't they make a set of mesh goggles out of the polycarbonate that we use for normal lenses, where it's a see-through mesh, but then you haven't got the fogging issue. I know you've still got the risk of BBs breaking and going through it, but is that polycarbonate not strong enough to be made into a honeycomb mesh?
Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of the issues that people have with mesh. I mean, I don't want to spend the whole program talking about iPro. I mean, it won't be the whole program anyway because I was only on for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I've got to go in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people that have problems with iPro that's mesh is the fact of stuff getting through the mesh. I don't think it's the. I mean, if your iPro is solid metal, obviously that's going to stop a BB. Well, you would hope it would. So, I mean, you know, obviously that's protecting you. But I think the problem is that mesh, I don't think is properly ballistic rated because of the fact that things can pass through it. Ultimately, you have voids in your eye protection. But fogging is a massive problem.
So when a site says when you go to a site and they say you must wear ballistic rated safety glasses, then
yes,
how come?
Well, they don't say that. They say full seal. You'll find, and the reason for that is that their recommendation is that you follow their insurance.
Oh, so they say we recommend you wear. They don't say you must, because obviously it's trying to pull it. It's trying to. Yeah, okay, I'm with you.
It's a legal loophole because if they're telling you to use the recommended full face eye protection and face protection, if you get a BB in your eye because you're wearing shooter's glasses for any reason, it's you were advised to wear full face protection.
Personally, at the end of the day, from my point of view, I would not buy iPro off of Wish, eBay.
I mean, I
Amazon,
would if it was
Amazon at a push, but
eBay I would if it was brand new set of sawflies still in the packet or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But I certainly
if you're going to buy a cheapo set from China that's been made by Jimmy in some sweatshop.
I mean, at the end of the day, if it's a set of glasses that cost you £10 and they look cool, and that's the reason you're buying them, please don't buy them.
So here's the thing: NoFo. NoFo is obviously a fairly renowned airsoft company. I wouldn't say that they are top spec, but I definitely wouldn't say they're bottom spec. Their mesh iPro is currently £10 on patrol base. Now, do we think that's suitable or not?
Mesh iPro?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't know where to begin on how strong mesh is. I mean, obviously it's a wire mesh, so I'm guessing there is strength there, but it's mesh. I don't, what's the rating on that? What is it? I mean,
you can't give ballistic rating to a mesh. You can't.
No, because stuff passes through it. That's the problem.
Stuff still passes through.
Yeah, exactly.
So the only way that you get around that would be if you had a mesh outer and then a counter mesh on the inside of like your clear perspex.
Hang on a minute. No, I'll tell you what. So what if, I know because the mesh is very fine. What if you had a mesh metal outer, like Andy's just said, but then you had a mesh polycarbonate inner. But the mesh polycarbonate inner, so say that's your
overlapped.
was exactly overlapped. So you had the center metal bit, then you had the gap. So there was no actual way that it could come through.
In.
Almost like a chicane. Do you know what I mean? So for that debris to go through the glasses, it'd have to go in, turn right, and then forward again.
I guarantee you what will happen is that you'll end up with 50% of your mesh fogging somehow. That polycarbonate will fog, and then you'll have little like, oh god, I can't see anything, because all you'll be able to see is then the counter mesh.
I've got some glasses here somewhere. I'm gonna drill some fucking great big holes in these. See what happens.
I mean,
I think at the end of the day, you just got to be sensible, and you've got two eyes. You ain't gonna get. It doesn't. If your tooth gets shot out, yeah, your tooth gets shot out. You have to spend 400 quid, 500 quid, and you get a new tooth. You lose an eye, that's it. You've lost that eye. You end off. You're not going to have a new eye after 6 months.
What if it was mesh, but then it had a clear circular piece in the middle there? So it was almost like free floating on the mesh itself. So you did have a ballistic lens directly in front of your eye, but the main surrounding of it was mesh around the outer edges. Do you know what I mean? So if I've got them on, I've got 2 circles there which are behind the mesh as a solid ballistic shield. I think that's what it is, because it's a solid shield like that. That's where I'm thinking of the fogging issue as well as the safety side of it as well. But it's almost like, you know, like the real gashy 80s glasses that had like a little bit of shield there, and then like square front, like safeties, science lab specs. Do you know what I mean? Almost like that, a broken up shield, almost like plate armor, if you like, but it's got that gap for the air to get around it. But it still stops stuff getting through. Oh, we got some science here. Where's my jacket?
NoFo.
Personally, I'm of the opinion that somebody should make some heated eye pro. I think employ the same technology that we've got in like Ford windscreens and the like, and have like little heating bevels. Because
it needs a heating element in the lens to keep the ambient temperature the same as the inside and outside. Now, and that will stop it.
I want to just share this product. So this is something new that's popped up recently. They just had a Kickstarter campaign. This is the Tritech Air Raiders. Lance is going to be signed up soon for their marketing campaign.
It needs some doing their radio ads to that, doesn't it?
Yeah. So this is claiming this is introducing Air Raiders, the world's first low-profile, all-inclusive eyewear designed to truly prevent irritating fogging of eyewear lenses without the hassle. So these have an inbuilt fan system in the side of the lenses that I think sort of promote airflow. There's a little cheeky video here. They'll promote airflow coming in through the side of the lens. I don't know if there's actually going to be a video.
Careful what you're
why bad?
There's no guns or anything, is there?
No, that's fine. There's airflow basically comes in through the side and promotes additional airflow inside the lenses.
Yeah.
So they're, in my mind, they're claiming that they're 100% fog proof. From reading that,
for £133,
that's a lot of money to test it.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see who.
Are they saying they're full seal? Yeah. See, look, removable full seal gasket. Yeah. See, they're going to fog then. They're going to fog.
Well, I think the idea is that they're promoting the airflow coming in, so it should.
Yeah, but if the airflow's coming in, it's either going to fog up the lens or dry your eyes out.
Yeah.
You just blink.
Either way, you're fucked.
Yeah.
My eyes.
You'll have to stop to put your eye drops in.
Literally, your hydration bladder's just sitting up there. I mean, it's an interesting product. Let's be honest. I would be keen.
Yeah, I'm not going to poo-poo it because I've not seen it. I
can't justify £133 on something that's brand new to test.
I'll tell you what. The NoFo team challenge them.
I've already done that,
pair and we'll try them out.
Yeah.
Roger that. Send it to the sweatiest man in the UK. He has the sweatiest eyes in the
UK. Just his eyes.
I've got to go, man. They brought my meeting forward an hour. I've got to go to work.
Little bastards.
It was nice seeing you.
For nice 10 minutes.
For 10, 15 minutes. Right, everybody. See you on the flip side. Bye-bye.
Man. I'll speak to you later. Man.
Sweet.
Rage says, my opinion on mesh is treat them like a crash helmet. Once they take a hit that leaves a mark, replace them. Completely agree with that.
That's my opinion on all iPro. If it
well,
hits the lens,
this is the thing. A lot of people a lot of people you see on the Facebook groups and the like are all like, oh yeah, you know, I've taken it out in the garden and tested it point blank with my 500 feet per second sniper rifle at 0.5 gram BBs, you know, and it was fine. It's like, yeah, but now you can't wear it because you've tested it potentially to the point of you've now damaged it, so you now have to go and buy another pair.
I literally that's why I like this. That's why I like the Sawflies and the replaceable lenses ones, because if it gets a big whack on it and it's caused damage to the lens, that's it. That lens gets taken out and thrown away. No, I'm as blind as bad as it is anyway. I don't want to lose another eye.
Another eye?
Well, or one eye anyway.
Less of an eye. Yeah. Kenny says when mesh is hit, it deforms and will make the paint chips come off the other side. So yeah, and again, you know, that's a thing to consider with mesh. But the number of people that, I mean, personally, you know, until I found edge stuff, which I don't want to praise too much because I've had a few fogging issues recently. But until I started using those, I was always on mesh because fundamentally, if I didn't use that, I wouldn't be able to play Airsoft. And, you know, that's it. So it's a difficult one.
I'm not poo-pooing mesh. The only thing is that I do think that if you were to buy mesh, make sure, or mesh, or any iPro, make sure that you get it from a reputable, can't even say the word.
Reputable,
that's the one. Either stockist or shop. So Amazon, you can buy stuff from Amazon, that's absolutely fine, I would say, because if anything did unfortunately happen, you are covered by probably Amazon's terms and conditions and policies and things.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, you've got the moral high ground there, but, you know, like, yeah, I can get a refund from Amazon with my one eye.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. You probably have to look into it. Like, if you bought a trampoline and the trampoline turned around and collapsed and killed someone.
Yeah, but I think the point we're trying to make, Andy, is that we want to stop you from dying to start with. Like, I don't disagree with you. You know, I mean, ultimately, again, you've got the moral high ground, but we're trying to prevent the death.
Yeah.
Tom says, yeah, plenty of fake and clone kit on Amazon as well. Is that something? Rage says, get it from Aldi, it'll be fine. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I actually, funnily enough, being in the construction industry, we do a lot of health and safety stuff, and helmets, builders' helmets and the like are notoriously, they have an expiry date on them. And I was in Aldi one time and I found that they were selling helmets that were 15 years out of date. And I pointed that out to them and they were like, yeah, but you don't have to wear them. Why are people buying them then? Like, what? Yeah. They're an art piece. Like,
yeah.
So
no, yeah, that's one thing that also I think people forget, that iPro does actually have a shelf life as well. I can't remember what it is. It all depends on the rating, I think it is. But some of them are only 2-3 years. So when people turn around and say, oh, I've been running this iPro for 5 years and it's taken 6 million hits, you kind of think, oh, you are on the limit, mate. That literally could go at any moment.
I think ultimately people just don't understand iPro from the start. I mean, there's lots of information out there about the ballistic ratings, about how to maintain them, how to clean them, and the like. So I do recommend that if you've got some iPro, just find out how to properly look after it, and then, you know, it should help save your eyes, hopefully.
Yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll do a bit of research and we'll stick something up on the website, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I am putting together some information on the ballistic rating of goggles. I'm just very keen of not getting it wrong, because I don't want to give anyone a dust steer on that front. So
no.
A quick one for you, Andy. Where's that Rift event?
That is Abingdon Airsoft. It's a RAF base, cracking site, big open field. Well, it's not open field. We've got bunkers, we've got helicopters, we've got tank graveyards. But if you go to Rift Airsoft. Just Google in Rift Airsoft and go on their website. It'll all be up on there. They've also got a Facebook page as well. But yeah,
Cool.
It'll be a good one. Yeah, 40 people, low numbers each team. Yeah. Should be
I
fun.
assume it's a site big enough to accommodate that. It's not going to be like too big or too small for 40. Because 40 is obviously relative. If you've got like a tiny room.
Yeah. I can't remember the size of the site. I'm sure someone will write later on. But it's basically got an old section of runway on it. So it's quite big. The last game we had on there, or the last event we had on there, was 230 people. And there was still quiet spaces there. So 40 people per team.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
You'll be able to, you could avoid people quite easily. Definitely.
Les says, I had some mesh iPro that was hit and the paint chipped, and then the following week it went rusty and straight in the bin.
Yep.
So there you go. Kenny says, I like the ESS military iPro. Got some replacement lenses, $8.99 the other day. So cool.
Yeah, ESS are good.
Yeah, I think ultimately reputable brand, reputable place you're buying it from. I mean, you can still find that sometimes a shop doesn't know they're selling clones of stuff. I found that with a few eBay products, not necessarily iPro, but with some radio parts, bits and pieces like that. You know, you do find that clones sneak in there sometimes. Whether the shop owner knows or not, they claim they don't. But, yeah. We had a question from. Yes.
Basically.
We had a question coming from Daniel Guest. Are you both attending Defiant RT2? So we are.
Yes.
In some capacity.
Yeah. We won't give too much away, but we shall be there.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. We still actually need to speak to him about that.
I think we've got a bit of a plan.
Oh, I couldn't read half those messages because I was in Texas and it kept coming up with this message is currently unavailable, and it's like, no, I can see it. It's there. let me read it.
Yeah. Oh, we were just talking about you. That's fine.
Oh, that's right.
So just so everyone knows, Defiant Red Tide 2 is going to be on the 22nd, 23rd of October. As Rift. Rage has pointed. Is the Rift event on the 22nd, 23rd of October as well?
No, it's the weekend after.
Okay, cool.
29th and 30th.
So the Defiant Red Tide 2 is the week before, which is the 22nd and 23rd of October. I think you can rock up on the 21st. I don't know how many tickets they've got left. There were some spaces on the cartels. So if you are dying to go to that, I recommend getting in touch or sorting that out fairly sharpish.
No. Okay, so Rift Sim is the same weekend as that. It's the 22nd and 23rd of October.
But if you can't go to the Defiant event, then go to the Rift Sim event.
Yeah.
Or you know.
Or sit at home.
Yeah, or sit at home.
Sit at home looking at your iPro.
We'll actually have Defiant on the show next week. So we'll be chatting to them about their upcoming event. It should be interesting to find out a few little sort of sneaky bits and pieces. It's always good fun to have them on there. So, yeah. Rage said, according to the Rift website, the Rift event is the 22nd, 23rd. So
yeah, I just double checked on the on the phone. That was me getting it wrong. Right. Well, I won't be at thingy then. I won't be at Defiant, unfortunately.
I will be at Defiant's event.
Yeah. And Lance might be.
The SEO event, Danny, is the weekend before that. So that's the 15th, I believe, that weekend.
That it is.
Kenny preempted the show with a question. He says, what's your favourite non-military piece of equipment that you take to MilSims? Mine is a titanium MSR kettle.
Oh, my favourite non.
So let's widen the question slightly. So it's not just military; it's anything sort of tactical. So like we'll exclude like all the airsoft guns and stuff like that. So anything that's kind of more, I guess, superfluous kit that you don't necessarily need to airsoft with.
I have to say, probably that little one-man tent, that little two-man tent that I bought.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Oh no, but then that doesn't come on every event. Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. I need to have a think about this.
I'm gonna go with.
What's yours?
I'm gonna go with my tanker bag, because it's not so much the. It's more the organisation side of things. I like how it gives me the ability to organise my kit more. So it's not necessary for the event. I don't necessarily need it. Sorry, Tanis just said blow up doll. I like the ability to be more organised on events. I got to the point I was so frustrated with, you go and like you're finding stuff here, there, and everywhere. And you sort of pack hurriedly, and it's not quite in the right places, and you forget where stuff is. Where I like how I've sort of tried to implement more of a structure to how I pack my Bergen and stuff, and my tanker bag, not this rectangular bag type thing, has enabled me to do that basically.
Oh, I know what mine will be. Mine will be my Black Widow would-be.
Ah, yeah,
That
good
goes
shout.
summer events, winter events. It goes on every single. It even went to Texas. I did not need it, but it still went because it's
just to show off.
Ripstop.
Sitting there so sweaty, just like, oh, I'm wearing this.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a weird bit of kit. Like that game that I played at Octo, where my bladder decided to burst all over my kit. I ran around with it all day, didn't I? And it wasn't a cold day, and I didn't sweat my testicles off. But then in the evening, I could still keep my hoodie on, and it kept me nice and warm. Absolutely tremendous bit of kit, and it all folds up into the hood and packs into a size about yay big. So yeah, it goes everywhere with me. It is tactical because it is camo, but I'd wear that out.
It doesn't have to be though.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be though.
Rage says best known military kit I take is an AeroPress to make a proper coffee. So yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I mean, other than camping equipment, I probably don't really have too much that isn't. It's not like I guess I have a ground pad, so it's a little seat pad about yay big, probably about like 2 foot by foot, that I use just to sit on. In that it just insulates you from the cold ground, and if it's a bit damp, it's got a foam on the inside, so it doesn't allow the moisture to travel directly through it.
Right.
So that's quite nice. So just if you're sitting around on stag duty or something like that, and you're sitting on a cold metal floor or cold wet ground or something like that, it's quite useful just to stop you from getting a wet arse.
Last thing you want is piles.
Exactly. I don't think I have many more questions lined up, annoyingly.
No, I think we did rather well, considering what happened.
Yes, sorry about that. So just while there's any more questions coming in, we've obviously got the raising money for the RBLI. So thank you ever so much to everyone that's jumped on that this week. I think we've now got up to something in the region of £380-400 raised, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm genuinely over the moon. The fact we're able to raise that much money for the RBLI, I think is a really worthwhile cause. So genuinely, thank you. It's great. We'll obviously have the raffle on our 100th episode, which annoyingly we're going to have to do on a Saturday, just for the fact that we've got a lot planned. So we need to prep basically during the day. So
we do need a lot of prepping.
So it's most likely going to be, I think it's Saturday, the 29th of October. So keep that one in your diary if you can. We've obviously got the plate carrier competition as well. So design your own plate carrier. I think we had an entry in for that, which I haven't shown anyone else yet. Because I'm keeping them all until we kind of get them all rolling into one go, because I don't want to like sway the judging in any way. But yeah, keep those entries coming in. We've obviously got some prizes for that. We've got the Conus
this thing
digital scope, a patch, and some iPro. We've got the Edge.
One of the edges.
I can't remember the name of it. One of the Edge iPro.
One of the edges.
Yeah. It's the Edge G15
I think it's the
Fast
tinted
Link.
one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the G15 tinting, but it's a Fast Link, Edge Fast Link iPro.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, Ray's just said if everyone watching puts in another £10, we can get it to nearly 500 quid.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome.
Perfect.
But I appreciate, I do get it at the moment. Times are tough and the like, but obviously the RBLI is a really, really good charity. It raises a lot of awareness and support for both serving, ex-serving, and the families of those serving, as well as producing all sorts of. I think they actually help other charities as well to sort of fulfill their goals in terms of sort of supporting veterans and things as well. So PTSD, and helping sort of veterans get back into work, and if there's a problem with housing, they're sort of doing lots of work. I mean, I actually live in Aylesford where they're based, so I'm hoping to get over there and take some photos in the next few weeks, just to sort of show off some of the stuff that they do, which would be cool. So yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Please do keep donating. It'll be fantastic to get to the 500.
Yeah. So. And also share, let other people know.
Yes.
If you're in any other groups.
Yes, please let other
people know. We're not making anything from this. It's purely all for them. All the donations have been given willingly as well. So, yeah.
Someone
share as much as possible.
Someone commented to me, they messaged me, and they were quite cynical. They said, well, obviously you are getting something from it because you're getting people going to your website. It's like, well, yes, I grant you that you have to go to our website to register your donation, but that's just so that we can organise the raffle, because I can't organise a raffle through Just Giving. If I could do that, I would, but I can't. So that's the reason we've got it on our website. So that's the only reason.
But we don't get anything through the website, do we?
No, it's just they were pointing out the fact that by going to our website, it's advertising us. But that's not the reason at all. All we want to do is just
that wasn't the thing behind it.
No. Cool. I did have one question that I had. I came up with. So at the Defiant Red Tide one of my team, and I can't for the life of me remember his name, and I apologise for that, introduced me to these meat sticks. I can't pronounce that. By all means, have a go if you want to. I don't know how that's pronounced. Tarzinski? I don't know how that's pronounced.
Tarzinski.
These are 185 grams of meat per 100 grams of the product.
Is that Polish sausage?
Basically, yes. It's a meat exclusive. But they are really good, and you don't need to keep them chilled. So they're cured in some way, so you can just literally whack these in your burger. They've obviously got a bit of protein, bit of salt. Danny had some as well. He said it was pasty. Obviously tasty in Danny speak.
No,
I don't know how you get on. Pasty. No, sorry, it's his name. That was the guy's name. Sorry. I was overthinking it then. I thought it meant yeah, mate, that's well pasty. Yes, it was pasty. Sorry, not pasty. Yeah, it was pasty. I don't know how you get 185 grams of meat per 100 grams of the product. That blows my mind. But they're just really, really good. They're gluten-free. They're available in both Tesco's and Sainsbury's. Kenny says they're available in Lidl as well. So I do highly recommend them. They're not an absolute fortune breaker. But yeah, I quite like them. So if anyone's at an event, or if you're at SEO, I'll have some in there. So by all means, ask me for a try if you're there. Try and get them for some of the future MilSims as well, because they're really, really good, especially at like 2 a.m. in the morning when you're feeling a bit rubbish. You just want a bit of meat to chew on.
Yeah, that sounds like great. I'll tell you what, shall we? I will buy a packet and put it in for the raffle as well.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. So there you go. Full incentive to.
So you get a Kona scope, a patch, so Fastlink Edge G15s, and some Avanti's meat.
And some of my meat sausage. Some of my Polish sausage.
Oh, Kenny says the meat weight is when it's wet. Ah, gotcha.
Oh.
Cool.
So is it what? Is it it's not an add water sausage, is it? Like where you put it in
it's not an add water sausage. It's just becomes it's like a cured dried meat basically. But it did get me thinking as to what your sort of go-to sort of snack type thing is. I mean, my go-to probably would have been peanut butter. because I love the little sachets of peanut butter you can get. But I do like those little meat sticks, and because I had them to hand, I wanted to talk about them. But what about yourself? And also in the chat, if you got any thoughts.
Mine are M&Ms, peanut M&Ms.
Mm-hmm.
Or Jaffa cakes.
Yeah, I can see Jaffa cakes. Yeah.
Jaffa cakes are quite easy. They're only 99 calories per cake. So you can eat a whole packet and not feel guilty. And you just sit there.
I'd imagine the M&Ms are probably easier to share, are they?
Who said about sharing?
That's what I mean.
Jaffa
I think you wouldn't share the packet.
Jaffa cakes and peanut. Jaffa cakes and peanut M&Ms mine.
Les says diabetic cookies.
What are those things that we? Yeah.
What are those things?
Try diabetic cookie. No, you know those things that we were sitting around when we were on stag, and we were just sitting there, just passing this packet around. I can't remember.
That was those meat sticks.
No. It was like a sweet. Can't remember what they were.
Not sure.
But they were really good. Don't know what they were, but they were really good. It was dark. I couldn't see shit. I was just putting stuff in my mouth. It could have been LSD for all I know.
Did we have some Malwam? I think there was some Malwam about.
Oh yeah, no, that might be Malwam. They were quite good
be
because it doesn't matter if they get squashed or anything, does it?
No, because they're already all flat.
Yeah, they're already flat. So
James C said jars of Nutella and tortillas or tortillas. I can see that.
What, as a combo, like literally getting your tea and putting it in Nutella, or two separate.
See, I'm envisaging he eats it like a crepe, so like smears out the Nutella across like the tortilla, rolls it up, and then like munches it like a crepe.
See, I'm in the mind of as he just devours the tortillas, and then just finger blasts the Nutella and just eats it.
Oh, I'm correct. There you go. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, I'm disappointed that you don't
says...
finger blast the finger blast the Nutella. I'm quite upset now.
It's probably an awkward thing to run around at a MilSim with it with like the brown stuff on your fingers. James also said Jaffa cakes. Zero sharing is going on if I'm involved. Oh, zero sharing is going on if I'm involved. Yeah,
a man of my own heart.
Danny says beef jerky in a cinnamon bun. Yep. So obviously you can buy cinnamon buns, which I'm presuming are the mil spec ones. So yeah, that's a good shout.
I'm guessing not together again.
Jumbo Snickers for a serious calorie bomb. Yeah, I can see that. That's a lot of sugar we're talking about here.
Yeah, I do try to avoid chocolate on Sims if I can, because it melts. And the last thing you want to do is take out a toffee crisp and just basically have it as like a squeezy packet.
Well, there was that one
where you've been sat against it.
NAE or NAF, whatever you want to call it, where we tried putting it in a cooler, but it was still basically like one of those liquid ice lolly pop things, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was that went in the fridge when I got home.
Yeah. I bet that was an interesting shape when it came out.
Yeah, it was. It was a bit turd looking. It was very shiny though.
Oh, okay. You've tempered it or whatever the phrase is. I don't know. Yeah. Kenny says, I do take a coffee dripper. So he was talking about his like luxury items. He says Taylor's coffee bags are good if carrying capacity is at a premium. So yeah.
Cool. That's another one that I quite like.
Oh, the energy drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bought me a packet of that. I quite liked that. Yeah. Because it's low calorie as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's low calorie, but low sugar, but high calorie. So I don't know how they managed to do that.
It's like 185 grams of meat per 100 grams of product.
Yeah. But no, that was nice because literally you just throw it in a cup and just add like 200 mils of water, and it gives you a bit of a caffeine boost as well. Especially for me who doesn't drink tea or coffee.
Yeah, absolute weirdo.
I know. I can't help it that I'm just born that way.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Right, we're probably getting on for time now, so thanks to everyone that's hung around this episode. I apologise for the technical issues.
I think you need to hang on for another 20 minutes. I'm
not leaving. I'm just doing my own little one-man stint. In the meantime, next week we're going to have Defiant on the show, so join us back at 8 o'clock next Wednesday.
Yep.
If you've got any questions for them that you want to get in early, you can do so on our email at nofochat@hotmail.com. Our Instagram is at November_Foxtrot_NoFo, and our website is novemberfoxtrot.co.uk. There's links to the raffle on there as well. So it's novemberfoxtrot.co.uk/comp100. But you can just go on the main homepage and there's a big bar across that's got the information on there. Other than that,
LS Gardening and Maintenance. Electrolyte tablets are great. Yeah, hello.
I don't have. Yeah, is that the? I can't remember the name of the brand. Dextrose tabs. Dextrose. I think Dextrose are a.
Lucasade did a tab, didn't they, for a little while? I'm not sure if you can still get hold of it.
Yeah, I think it is Dextrose. I know they make a few different flavors of those that are quite nice. So, yeah. No, Mike. Stop you getting cramps, those tabs.
Cramping those tabs. Oh. There you go.
Okay.
So
cool.
we learn.
Yeah.
We learn as well.
I want to just give another little shout out to to Loki_Queen_29, who also gave us like a little positive thing. And Captain Vortex as well, for the chat earlier in the week. Very helpful.
Is that another one I missed? What chat?
Oh yeah, that was on there.
You go away for 2 weeks and you
I'm
miss
stealing
out on
all your
these
friends.
wonderful... I have no friends. I just have you, Mike, and Lance. That's it. Everyone just tolerates me.
Cool. Right, Andy, it's lovely to have you back.
Yes,
everybody, we'll
back.
see you next week. In the meantime,
stay NoFo.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. You froze and I couldn't see the hand gesture.
Sorry.
I was like, oh no, is he gone?
No worries. Right. We'll see you next week.
Yes.
See you later.
See you all later.
Ciao.
Stay NoFo.